In two previous videos, I listed the most wanted characters and the most wanted guest DLC characters that fans want to see in an upcoming Mortal Kombat DLC or Combat Pack. If you haven't seen those videos, I recommend you go watch them and let me know what you think. But in this follow-up video, I'm going to list the most unwanted characters that fans really don't want to see in an upcoming DLC or Combat Pack. Before we get to that, make sure to hit that like button because liking these videos lets me know that you love them. Make sure you smash that subscribe notification bell so you miss any videos just like this one. Let's get to the list. As I stated in the previous videos, the way I came up with this list is I went through the comments that viewers had listed for the characters they want to actually see in videos, they don't want to see, and the guest characters that they wanted to see. And I basically compiled a list, and based on the amount of votes each character got, or how many times I saw them in the comments, that made up my list. For all the characters on this list, these are the characters that are most unwanted, and I put the list in order from 10 to 1, where number 1 is the character that got the least amount of love. Remember, this is a list that I put together, and this is kind of my opinion based off what viewers are telling me, but this is not a list that NetherRealm Studios or Ed Boon is probably going to use, although if they did, that'd be kind of cool. Let me know your thoughts below when I make this list about each character that I list, and if you would actually say that they're the most unwanted on your list as well. Alright, let's get to it. Starting off our list at number 10 is Li Mei. According to her wiki, Li Mei debuted in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance as an outworld warrior whose village was enslaved by Shang Tsung and Quan Chi. Her people were forced to build a temple from which the Deadly Alliance would summon the Solnado. She attempted to win her village's freedom in a tournament hosted by Shang Tsung, but was betrayed. Her soul was subsequently stolen and placed in one of the Dragon King Onaga's soldiers. But Rai Cho saved her soul and trained her so that she would join the forces of light in the final battle of Armageddon. The last time we saw Li Mei was in MKX, where we see an older Li Mei leading a village of refugees from Outworld in the MKX story mode, serving as an informant to Sonya and the Special Forces. At number 9 we have Ashrah. According to her wiki, despite having the appearance of an elegant, old-fashioned, attractive young woman, Ashrah is actually a demon from the Netherrealm. She dresses completely in white and appears as a tall, mysterious woman, a blend between aristocracy and innocence. Ashrah made her first appearance in Mortal Kombat Deception. Within the Mortal Kombat series, she is something of a standalone character, jumping back and forth between the forces of good and evil. Her occupation is that of a demon hunter. The last time we saw Ashrah was in Mortal Kombat Deception, although her hat appears as a collector trade item in the game's crypt in Mortal Kombat 11. Next on the list is Rai Cho. Making his debut in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, Rai Cho is a drunken master of martial arts. He enjoys drinking alcoholic beverages and is infamous for his puke puddle move. Despite being an outworlder, he opposes Shao Kahn and his imperialistic ambitions of conquest, but is unable to participate in the tournaments himself, as any victory would be counted in favor of Outworld. The last time we saw Rai Cho was in Mortal Kombat 11 as one of the few characters to make a cameo in the Towers of Time as a non-physical support character, farting across the fight line for the combatant he is supporting. At number 7 we have Stryker. According to Stryker's wiki, Officer Curtis Stryker, who was introduced in Mortal Kombat 3, is described as being a leader of the Special Riot Control Division in the New York City Police Department. He employs modern weaponry such as explosive, firearms, tasers, and nightsticks in battle. Despite being an otherwise ordinary police officer, Stryker is incredibly resilient and adept to hand-to-hand combat, having defeated the likes of Ermac, Reptile, Melina, and even Kintaro by himself. It is his knack for survival as well as the fierce dedication to justice that earns the attention of Raiden and convinces him to enlist Stryker in the defense of Earthrealm. The last time we saw Stryker was as a Revenant in MKX, wherein he and other Revenants retreat to parts unknown and are never seen again after the Jax defeats the Revenant Kung Lao, Kitana, and Sindel. Next up is Hydro. According to his wiki, Hydro was a warrior from Earthrealm who was a member of the Lin Kuei clan. He is a close friend of Sub-Zero and helps him combat the forces of Outworld. Hydro has the ability to control water and even blasted strong waves of water that were so freezing cold that they could actually freeze the opponent upon contact. He has made appearances in MK comic book series and Mortal Kombat Legacy, but most recently he appears in MK11 as a non-physical modifier in the Towers of Time, spawning a giant wave for the fighter he is assisting. At number 5 we have Hotaru. According to his wiki, Hotaru, who made his debut in MK Deception, is a general from the Order Realm and devotes himself to preserving law and order at any cost. His name literally translates into Firefly in Japanese, and his flags say Firefly in Chinese. Hotaru mostly recently appears in Joker's Tower ending, where he and his fellow Order Realm guardsmen were killed by the League of Misunderstood Maniacs, including the Chaos Cleric Havoc. Next up is Tremor. Making his debut in Mortal Kombat Special Forces as a non-playable character, Tremor is a brown palette ninja who is one of Kano's Black Dragon henchmen and possesses the ability of geokinesis. He escapes from Special Forces custody during a prison break orchestrated by Kano, to whom he is blindly loyal. Kano assigned him as a lookout and guardian of a portal leading to Outworld, but Tremor was eventually defeated by Jax. The last time we see Tremor is in MK11 as one of the many non-physical tower modifiers in the Tower of Time, and as one of the many male ninjas to fall to his death wearing his classic outfit in the game's crypt. At number 3, we have Tanya. According to her wiki, Tanya made her debut in MK4 and is a worshipper of Shinnok and an ally to the Brotherhood of Shadows. After Shinnok's defeat, she later served Shao Kahn, the Deadly Alliance, and Onaga. Tanya seems to view herself as a survivor more than anything else, justifying her choices as being the right decisions. She is one of the few henchwomen from the Mortal Kombat series and prides herself on her superior knowledge of magic and diplomacy. Because of her frequent betrayal of the Edenian cause, she has earned the rivalry and bitter hatred of Jade. The last time we see Tanya is in MKX, where she is one of 2 characters to become a DLC character after originally appearing in the story mode. The second character was Rai Cho. At number 2, we have Kung Jin. Making his debut in MKX as one of the main protagonists in the game's story mode, Kung Jin is a nephew of Kung Lao. Like his uncle, Kung Jin excels with projectile weapons using a bow and arrow. At the end of MKX, Kung Jin sets out to locate his uncle Kung Lao and finds himself in the Netherrealm. Rain believed Kung Lao's tortured soul was trapped forever without Quan Chi's magic to free him, but Kung Jin knew the Shaolin were stronger than any sorcerer's spell. He vowed to help Kung Lao fight off the evil that had remade him. The last time we saw Kung Jin is in MK11 as one of the many non-physical tower modifiers in the Towers of Time. And finally, the last most unwanted character fans seem to not want in the next DLC or combat pack is Ferra Torr. According to their wiki, Ferra Torr made their debut in Mortal Kombat X, serving Kotal Khan and his empire as his personal bodyguards. Ferra Torr are a symbiote pairing consisting respectively of a young female rider and a giant masked brute, and were found wandering the Takardan wastelands before being made to serve as new Outworld Emperor Kotal Khan's personal bodyguards. They are of an Outworld species in which the rider bonds with its mount. Ferra is a small warrior with clawed gauntlets on both of her hands. She sits atop the large brute Torr, who wears a frayed piece of cloth tied to his face bound by ropes and a single hole in the cloth exposing one of his red eyes. While we don't see Ferra Torr in Mortal Kombat 11, we do see Torr's burlap sack mask and Ferra's hand claws as collector trade items in the crypt, and do hear about them during an interaction between the collector and D'Vorah, in which D'Vorah claims to have found their bodies, hinting that either the pair died from unknown causes or that D'Vorah killed them herself. Alright, so what do you think about my list of the most unwanted characters that fans do not want to see in MK11 as DLC or in the next combat pack? Let me know in the comments below and let me know your characters that you pretty much don't want to see ever in the game. And that's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit that like button. If you want more videos like this one, make sure you're smashing that subscribe notification bell. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.